Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village nestled in the countryside, there lived a mischievous young shepherd boy. His daily job was to watch over the villagers' sheep as they grazed in the lush pastures. But little did he know, his playful nature would one day lead to a lesson remembered for centuries. The boy's life was simple, but for him, it was too simple. Day in and day out, he would sit under the shade of a tree, staring at the peaceful sheep and the endless blue sky. He longed for excitement, for something, anything, to break the monotony of his days. And then, one day, an idea struck him. What if he could create his own fun? What if he could turn his boredom into a little adventure? It was in that moment of idle mischief that the boy decided to cry out the words, "Wolf! Wolf!" The villagers, startled and alarmed, dropped everything they were doing. They grabbed their tools and ran up the hill to save the sheep. After all, a wolf attacking the flock was no small matter. It threatened their livelihood. But when they arrived, there was no wolf to be seen. Instead, they found the boy laughing. He admitted it was all a joke, just a harmless bit of fun. Some villagers chuckled nervously and shook their heads, while others were visibly annoyed. But they all returned to their work, leaving the boy behind. It wasn't long before the boy cried, "Wolf!" again. And once more, the villagers came running. This time, their frustration was evident. Some began to question the boy's honesty, but they gave him the benefit of the doubt, for now. Trust, however, is a fragile thing. The villagers started to grow weary of the boy's antics. Yet, he seemed unfazed, basking in the thrill of his little prank. But then, one evening, the boy's carefree world came crashing down. From the forest emerged a real wolf, its predatory eyes fixed on the helpless sheep. Panicked, the boy cried out as loudly as he could, "Wolf! Wolf! Please help!" But this time, his cries fell on deaf ears. The villagers, tired of being fooled, dismissed his cries as yet another joke. The next morning, the boy sat alone, devastated by what had happened. The sheep he was entrusted to protect were gone, and with them, the villagers' trust. It was then he realized the weight of his actions. He learned the hard way that trust, once broken, is not easily repaired. And that lies, no matter how small or playful, can have consequences far beyond what we imagine. After sitting silently for a while, a few villagers came down the hill toward him. Their faces were a mixture of anger and disappointment. An elderly man stepped forward, his voice firm but calm. "What happened here?" "Where are the sheep?" The boy, unable to lift his head, muttered with teary eyes. "They're all gone. A real wolf came last night. I shouted and shouted, but no one came. Because I lied to you before." The villagers stood in silence, exchanging glances. The regret on the boy's face said more than his words ever could. The elderly man spoke again. "This is the result of your lies, isn't it? Because you broke our trust, we didn't take you seriously. But know this, it's not just the sheep that were lost. This is a loss for all of us." The boy, unable to hold back his tears, began to cry. "I'm sorry," he said through sobs. "I understand now what I've done. I regret deceiving you. I promise I'll never lie again. Please forgive me." One of the villagers stepped forward and gently placed a hand on his shoulder. "We all make mistakes," he said, his voice soft yet firm. "But what matters is learning from those mistakes and never repeating them. If you can learn to be honest, you can make this right." A murmur spread among the villagers. Some were still angry, but others softened as they saw the boy's remorse. The elderly man spoke once more. "Understand this. It won't be easy to regain the trust you've lost. But we will give you a chance. Now come with us. Let's work together to recover what we've lost. We'll need to get new sheep and rebuild the flock. But this time, someone from the village will always be with you until you prove your honesty and responsibility." The boy nodded and stood up, determined. This time, he was resolved to change. The villagers giving him another chance felt like a new beginning. From that day on, the boy never took his responsibilities lightly. He rose early every morning to carefully tend to the sheep, ensuring their safety. Over time, his relationships with the villagers improved as he rebuilt their trust through his honesty and dedication. This event became a lesson not only for the boy, but for the entire village. Trust, though fragile, could be regained with patience and sincerity. And the boy, once known as the mischievous shepherd, became a young man celebrated throughout the village for his responsibility and honesty. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more timeless tales and life lessons. See you in the next one.